Yeah, what's up guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm Underdog Reacts and I watched the movie After School Lunch Special from Ahoge Bob Productions, aka the makers of Babezilla. We also did recently a short movie, short film, whatever you call it, from them called Jesus. It has, it's something that I actually can't pronounce easily or pronounce at all. It's called Anatidaphobia. Well, I did pretty well actually, in my opinion. Anyway, I watched that one, so you can watch my reaction to that one on my channel, or you go to the Facebook page and there you see it, also my reaction. Well, you can click on the link which leads you to YouTube, so you still watch it on my channel. Anyway, let's just start with After School Lunch Special. Apparently this was not part of the movie, but this was part of the beginning. But I thought it was part of the movie, so I read it, so I've written it down. So we see from above, you see the legs and the feet of some guy on the toilet. We hear him shit. That's the first thing that we hear. We hear the water, plonge, we hear the water, plonk, So he's fucking shitting. Then the camera goes, zooms in on, goes closer to his left leg, and it goes around, and it turns around, and we see now in the toilet, and we don't see, don't see the shit in the toilet, but we see, kind of a grey blur, inside the toilet, and the guy then says something, and then we get, from the, kind of a logo from some other production or something like that. Then we are a POV of a fly, and we're flying a bit, in front of the dishes in the kitchen. Then we go to the right towards the stove, and we're going back to the dishes, and we're flying a bit, more to the left, and we see there a table with a plate of junk food, and we see a woman there in her robes, with a fly swatter. So the fly is flying, and it lands on the food, and it looks at the woman who's standing already, and then pet, fatality, because it was, she hit it. I'm gonna leave it at that, because if you want to know what's gonna happen next, well, then she brought, she picked up the food, and picked up the plate, and we had very, we were very zoomed in on the fly. We saw the burger and then the fly on top, with a bit of the plate, so she's carrying that towards another room, where we see a guy sit in a chair, and he is fat. Well, obviously it's a fat suit, but it's a very fat guy sitting there in the chair, and he, she gives him his food, and he makes kind of a remark, then she sits next to him, and I think then she starts to gurgle, and green slime, spewing out of her mouth, bit like, think a bit about Scary Movie 2, but less projectile and more, just coming, flowing out, And we're gonna leave it at that, because now if you want to know what's gonna happen next, watch the movie yourself. You can find the movie on Fawesome.tv. That is it's F awesome, dus FAWESOME.tv. You can watch it there. You can also watch it on YouTube only. When I watched it, start to watch it there, we get a kind of a disclaimer that YouTube didn't like the boobs. So, you can find it then on 3 different sites like Amazon Prime, Roku, and another one, which I'm blanking on. But for all 3 of them you have to pay. And I looked on Amazon Prime and it's not there, so you can't find it there anymore. So if you want to watch the movie, go to like I said, F Awesome. It's all together, F Awesome TV, and just look up the name and you'll find it. You also find there the sequel, which we're gonna watch tomorrow, called After School Lunch Special 2, Floppy Seconds. So we're gonna watch that one tomorrow. This movie is a bit, it's a bit like The Meaning of Life from Monty Python. It's not a full movie like Babezilla, but it's more skits into a movie, and then with the fat guy, at the beginning, that one is what ties it all together. So it's more. This movie is more skit based, and not scat based, which is shit. But skit based. It wouldn't surprise me if it was also scat based, but this is skit based. One of the first skits was about a meter long, not legit a meter, but a couple meters long tapeworm, and it's not a thin one, no, a big tapeworm that came out of a guy's ass and start to talk. It was here, around here next to him, and started to talk to him. It also, at some point, it wielded a knife. So, yeah. And the guy with the tapeworm, he was so hungry that he started to ravage his own, fridge. Well, he had some pickles. He had some pickle juice, from the pickles, and a bottle of ketchup. So he ate the pickles, drank the juice, and eat the condiments. Just, squirting it in his mouth. Then the tapeworm said, "Oh, let's go to your girlfriend's house." And then he was there, ravaging her food in the fridge. And when she came in, and turned on the light, she had the fucking sword. Why do you have a sword? Normal people don't have swords. You're just laying around, I would say. Now, maybe some, maybe some nerds, that have, like a Lord of the Rings sword or something like that, But why do we have that? I don't know. But that's basically it. That's what I have written down. Overall, I enjoyed Babezilla more. No, but not gonna compare. This movie was okay. Yeah, like they have very low budget, which I don't take into consideration with the scoring, because I don't look at how low budget a movie is. I just look at, is the movie enjoyable or is it not. So that's why my reviews are mostly shitty, and I don't talk about, the camera in this one is super good, and in this one, sometimes I do that, yes, but mostly I don't do it because that's not what I look for. I look for, do I enjoy this movie or don't I? Because if I don't enjoy the movie, I don't enjoy the fucking movie. You can make it the best movie it's ever made. Like Citizen Kane, which we're also gonna watch. It's coming to a channel, Citizen Kane. I have not seen it yet, but I heard lots of good movies about it. One of the best movies I've heard. But Like that one. You can make one of the best movies in the world, but if I don't like it, I don't like it. So that's what I'm looking at. If I'm enjoying the movie, and well, I kind of enjoyed this movie, so I'll give this movie a 3 out of 5. It was rather okay. It was not the best movie that I've ever seen. It was definitely not better than Babezilla, but maybe they will step up tomorrow with after school lunch special 2 sloppy seconds. So I'll see you guys tomorrow for that movie, and I'll see you guys later for the 5th episode of the Twilight Zone. Which I also see you guys for tomorrow, but then for the 6th episode. So if you want to see this movie, you can find it on fawesome.tv. That is FAWESOME.tv. Or you can just find it on YouTube. Just look up Hodgepodge Productions, which you should subscribe to. And then you have to go 5 years back and you can find the movie. Or just type it in the search bar, put in Hodgepodge Productions, or just look up the name and you can find it then. Or go to Google and then to video, and then you can find it too. That's how I find it in the first place. But then you can you will be directed to Hodgepodge Productions, the YouTube page. So subscribe to Hodgepodge Productions. If they have, I know they have the movies too in physical form. So buy the movies, watch them. They probably have them also on the YouTube page. So watch every video on the YouTube page. Leave likes to the YouTube pages. Subscribe to the YouTube page. Follow them on Facebook. They probably also have some other websites. Probably also have Patreon. So subscribe to the Patreon. Leave likes to my channel. Subscribe. Recommend a good low budget movie. Download in the comment section. Subscribe to the channel. And come join Discord. And see you guys tomorrow for the second movie. Otherwise, I'll see you guys later for episode 5 of season 3 of the Twilight Zone.